19. And Rabbi Nicodemus hastened and descended to Capharnaum, and sought me out in secret, and he inquired closely of me concerning the entire matter. And I recounted all that had happened, both in the city and without, on the roads which we had followed. I told him of the words and deeds of our Rabbi, and I said, Likewise have Moses and Elijah come down from heaven to bear testimony to him. And when Rabbi Nicodemus heard this, he became pale with fear, and trembling came into his hands. But great joy was in his eyes, and he cried, Surely the Lord meaneth well with us. Surely these things have not happened in vain. And for that which he doeth, and for that which he teacheth, he surely hath received authority. And without that authority in his hand, he could not have so done and spoken. And wherefore should we doubt it? Now do thou lead me to thy Rabbi, that it may be confirmed by him. And in that hour our Rabbi was in the booth on the roof of the house, as was his wont. And we took with us Simon the Zealot among the disciples, for that he was of one mind with us. And we went to our Rabbi in the secret night, and the other disciples knew naught thereof. And Nicodemus bowed himself before our Rabbi and said, We hear voices and understand them not. We see signs and know not how to interpret them aright. Now tell us, art thou he that hath been promised to us, or shall we wait for another? And if thou be the one that thou art, hide it not from us, for we have no more strength to wait. But give us a sign that God hath sent thee unto us, and we will throw ourselves at thy feet, and acknowledge thee, the anointed one of Israel, and carry out thy commands, even as thou shalt utter them. But our Rabbi answered him concealed wise, When evening cometh, ye say, The day will be good, for the heavens are red. In the morning ye say, Today the rain will fall, for the heavens are grey and heavy. The signs of the skies ye know to interpret, but those of the earth you know not. An evil and adulterous generation desireth a sign, and there shall be no signs given. But Rabbi Nicodemus bowed himself again and said, How shall we believe that thou art he, and follow thee without a sign? Behold, we are bound by the laws and commandments which Moses our teacher gave to us, and he hath shown us how to demean ourselves when a prophet appeareth among us. But the Rabbi answered, He that believeth in me shall possess the world and life eternal, for I am the bread and the life. But Nicodemus became astonished, and he was pale, and he meditated. Then he bowed again and spoke. Moses too came to us, and he did not bid us believe in himself, but only in God, who had sent him, and in the laws and commandments of God. Likewise the prophets came to us, and they did not bid us believe in them, but in God who had sent them, that they might help us. Art thou greater than Abraham our forefather, and greater than Moses and all the prophets, who bade us believe in God, and not in themselves? And the Rabbi answered, You hold potsherds in your hand, but I am the whole vessel, a new vessel, which the Lord hath created. But how shall we understand thy words, Rabbi? And the Rabbi answered, Have I not said unto you, One putteth not new patches on an old garment, and one poureth not new wine into old bottles? And Rabbi Nicodemus answered him, But it is even because of thee that we ask thee a sign of thee, for thou leanest not upon the men of old time, but wouldst bring forth something new, which the generations of the past have not taught unto us. Therefore there must be surety in our hands, that thou art indeed the new and whole vessel which hath been promised, and that thou hast heavenly authority. But the Rabbi was angered and answered, Woe unto you, scribes, who win souls above the graves of the prophets which your parents slew. If these wonders had been done in Tyre and Zidon. But Rabbi Nicodemus answered him thus, But neither law nor commandments were given to Tyre and Zidon, and they are not bound to the Torah of Moses. But unto us the Torah hath been given, and we have said, We will hearken and obey. How shall we now do aught against the Torah? And when I saw that these things were going too far, I asked of my rabbi, Rabbi, I pray tell thee me, how far goeth faith? Where is the border where faith pauseth? And the rabbi answered, There is no border to faith. Faith is the thread that man holdeth in his hand, even when he descendeth into hell beneath. It goeth with him to the edge of the grave, and even beyond. Hath not King David said, Yea, though I walk in the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, for thou art with me? If ye believe in me, then I am even that which I am. Have I not taught you, Judah, that if ye had even as much faith as a mustard seed, ye would say to the fig tree, Take thy roots from the earth, and plant them in the sea, and it would be so? And we gazed upon each other, Rabbi Nicodemus and I, and we were afraid of him, for there was power in his speech. And Rabbi Nicodemus bowed himself again and said, Many words have we heard from thee, which have filled our hearts with hope. But we stand before a wall, and see not our way. Hide it not from us, for we are they that have waited for thee. Teach us, Rabbi, when shall we expect thee? When wilt thou come and redeem us from the bonds of Edom? And the rabbi answered, Nicodemus, the kingdom of God is not here, and it is not there, and it is not perceived of the eye, but it is in your hearts. And I have come, not to redeem you from the bonds of Edom, but from the bonds of sin, which are wound about you like serpents. I am come to bring a redemption which knoweth not the limits of land or sea, but covereth the whole earth like the Spirit of God, and none of flesh and blood can take it from you, for it is within you. But Nicodemus answered, Happy are the ears which receive those words, and the prophet too hath prophesied. And I will make you a covenant unto the nations, and a light unto the Gentiles, to open the eyes of the blind, and to take the prisoner forth from bondage, those that dwell in darkness. But hast thou not, Rabbi, thy trumpeter, thy messenger, who shall call thee forth in Israel? We have closed our hearts to the joys of the world, in order that we might be given over entirely to God. Our enemies have devoured with 1,000 mouths all the joys of life. Their lips have run over with the sweetness of might and victory, while ours are sealed with the bitterness of the despised. We sat upon the breaking branch, and ceased not to hope. Behold, our sufferings have conjured forth the redemption. And now, when the redemption standeth at the door, shall it not spread its skirts abroad in Israel? We are they that have paid the full price for this guerdon, and it is ours. But the rabbi said to Nicodemus, 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 woe to those that measure God with the measure of man. The guerdon is not bought, it is given. It is given for nothing, and it is received for nothing, a gift from the Father in heaven to the chosen one among his creatures, which is man. Before the earth was created, before it was fashioned and sent into space, that guerdon was with him in the heavens. For the sake of this guerdon he created the world, and for the sake of it hath he sent the Son of Man into the world. No price could obtain it, only the grace of God, for the guerdon is beyond price, and it is higher than the law, hence it is higher than the Torah. No scales can weigh it, and no measure measure it. It is the grace of God, which he hath conferred upon man. And Nicodemus said, Edom maintaineth dominion with chariots, horses, and swords, and he cannot be made to bow with the Spirit, but only with thunders and lightnings. He that cometh to him with other weapons is a son of death. But the rabbi answered, Nicodemus, the Son of Man is likewise the Lord of death. And we knew not then what the words meant, but when we heard them, we were silent. And the words of the rabbi were among us three, and we told not the other disciples concerning them. And after these words which he spoke to Nicodemus, our rabbi called together his disciples and said to them, My time is come to go up to Jerusalem. Therefore prepare yourselves, and ye shall know that there shall be fulfilled on the Son of Man all the prophecies of the prophets. And he further revealed unto us all that would be with him in Jerusalem. And when we, the disciples, heard that the end was drawing nigh, our hearts became as water for terror, and our knees trembled, and we knew not what to say. Only Simon Bar-Jonah fell at his feet, and stretched out his arms to him, and cried, Go thou not up to Jerusalem, but stay here with us, and we will build 3 booths for thee on that hill, one for thee, and one for Moses, and one for Elijah. And Simon Bar-Jonah knew not what to say out of fear. But the rabbi answered, If ye so will, ye may leave me, as the others did. And Simon stretched out his hands to him and said, Rabbi, what have we, save thee? We have left everything, and we will follow thee even to Jerusalem.